Remember? Anybody remember? Last Wednesday I did a live show based on the late Jerry Jarrett. Yeah, the late Jerry Winston. Yeah, that's right. The late Jerry Winston Jarrett, who was a longtime professional wrestler and wrestling promoter. You know, remember I did this last Wednesday. Then I got to read a story and not read a story. I had to read a story on Wikipedia, and so I won't be able to go to it on September. But my only reason is I don't want to do a live show based on him in September because it'd be too big of a risk. It'd be like too big of a risk. But damn, this cold front is fucking kicking me straight in the ass. It's kicking my motherfucking ass, man. This goddamn cold front. I don't want to fucking let the cold front return. It should have stayed hot like it's supposed to in this whole entire month of February, but it didn't. But March is about to be coming up, almost about to come up. It'll still be cold today, so around this time. I hate the cold. Nobody cares and likes the cold anyway. Anywho, we're doing this live stream based on Edward Christopher Sheeran. Well, he turned like 32 today, so that's how old he was. That's how old he was. That's how old he was now. This is Edward. This is Edward. This is Edward Christopher. Yeah, that's the name. This is Edward Christopher Sheeran. This is a photo of him. This is a photo of him like 5 years ago when he was in Berlin. Now I'm about to go tell this story today because I had no other choice but to do it. Edward Christopher Sheeran. He was born in Halifax, West Yorkshire, England, on February 17th, 1991. His early childhood home was on Birchcliff Road in nearby Hebden Bridge. His father was a curator at Cartwright Hall in Bradford. His mother worked at Manchester City Art Gallery. In December of 95, he moved with his family from Hebden Bridge to Framlingham. Yeah, Framlingham in Suffolk, where he attended the independent Brandeston Hall Preparatory School, which was now Framlingham College Prep School. Well, that's what he named it at. And then Thomas Mills High School in Framlingham. He has an older brother named Matthew. Well, I have an older cousin named Matthews. Matthews is like 44. I know we touch base on Facebook, so I had to let me explain that. We touch base. We touch base. Ed has a brother just like Eminem had. I don't even know. Yep. Ed has an Ed has Ed has an older brother named Matthew who works as a composer. A composer. Schumann's parents, John and Imogen. John and what's it? Okay, is John and what? Imogen? Oh, they are from London. They are from London, England. His paternal grandparents, they're like they're like Irish Americans. They're like of like Irish descent anyway. And Sheeran has stated that his father is from a very large. His dad is from a very large Catholic, Catholic family. His you know his dad's family were all Catholic. I did not even know any of that. John is an art curator and lecturer, and Imogen, his mother, is a culture publicist turned jewelry, was it? Jewelry designer. His parents ran Sheeran Lock, an independent art consultancy from 1990 to 2010. I forgot about this. It came from 1990 to 2010. Sheeran sang at the local church choir at the age of 4 years old. He learned how to play the guitar at the age of 11. At the age of 11, he began writing songs while he was at Thomas Mills High School in Framlingham. Yeah, in Framlingham. Um, yeah, Framlingham. Yeah, that's the word. He also played the cello when he was younger. In a 2004 school report described him as a natural performer, and his classmates voted him also the most likely to be famous. He was accepted at the National Youth Theatre in London as a teen. He successfully auditioned for the Youth Music Theatre UK in 2007, and he joined their production of Frankenstein, a new musical in Plymouth. In Plymouth, yeah, Frankenstein, a new musical in Plymouth. He is a patron of the Youth Music Theatre. UK is now renamed the British Youth Music Theatre, and of music, access to music, where he studied the artist development. Sheeran is a second cousin of a Northern Irish broadcaster named Gordon Burns. Gordon Burns, who had hosted the Krypton Factor, a British game show. Let's go to his career in 2004 all the way through 2010. He began recording music in 2004, and at the age of 13, independently released his first collection of work titled Spinning Man. He has he has been friends he has been friends with Passenger, who was a fellow English singer, since he was 15. With the two playing the same gig in Cambridge, he moved to London in 2008 and began playing in small venues in 2008. He auditioned for the ITV series Britannia High. He also opened for Nizlapi in Norwich in April 2008 after being one of their guitar technicians. Yes, after being one of their guitar technicians. In the autumn of 2009, Sheeran began studying music at the ACM, the Academy of Contemporary Music, in Guildford, Surrey, as an undergraduate at the age of 18. But he left without the permission in the same year to support Just Jack, a hip hop artist. He released another EP in 2009, You Need Me, and also collaborated several times with several times with Essex singer Ledra Chapman, including CeeLo Green's Fuck You. in February 2010. Yeah, in February 2010, Sheeran posted a video through SBTV, a channel launched by British entrepreneur Jamal Edwards and rapper Example invited Sheeran to tour with him in the same month. He also released his critically acclaimed "Loose Change" EP, which featured his future debut single. Oh, they named it after a TV series that was out in the 80s. The A Team. That's the debut single. Sheeran, he began to be seen by more people over the internet through YouTube, and his fan base expanded, with him also receiving praise from the independent newspaper and Elton John. He played a station session. He played a station session in St. Pancras International in June 2010. Some of this episode is on their Facebook page. On their Facebook page. Yeah, Facebook. I know he had that. I know that episode was already there on Facebook. FB for Festival Meets Facebook. Sheeran, he also has self-released. He has self-released two other EPs in 2010. It's named Ed Sheeran. It says named Ed Sheeran Live at the Bedford, and songs like "I Wrote to Amy," which is a collection of love songs he wrote in Wales with Amy Wadge. When in Los Angeles in 2010, he was invited to perform at the Foxhole, a club run by actor Jamie Foxx, which ended with an invitation to stay at the actor's house. On January 8th, 2011, Sheeran released another independent EP, number 5 collaborations project, featuring grime artists such as Wiley, JME, Devlin, Sway, and Getz. It's an H in Getz. With this EP, Sheeran gained mainstream attention for having reached number 2 on the iTunes chart without any promotion or label helping him. It's selling over 7,000 copies in the first week. Well, that's what he sells them for. 3 months later, Sheeran put on a free show to fans in the Barfly in Camden Town. Yeah, in Camden Town. Over 1,000 fans turned up, so Sheeran played 4 different shows to ensure everyone saw a gig, including a gig outside on the street after the venue was closed down. Later that month, Sheeran was signed to the Asylum Records label. Let's go to 2011 and 2013. Uh, on April 26, 2011, Sheeran appeared on the British Broadcasting Company music show Later with Jules Holland. That's what name this guy. Later with Jules Holland. Jools Holland. Where he performed his debut single, The A Team, a debut single named after an action TV series. 6 weeks later, The A Team was released as a digital download in the UK. The release served. That's what it says. The release served as the lead single from Sheeran's debut studio album, plus, that is pronounced plus. The A team entered the UK singles chart at number 3. At number 3, selling over 58,000 copies in the first week. The first week, it was the best-selling debut single in the overall 8th best-selling single of 2011, selling 801,000 copies. The lead single also became a top 10 hit in Australia, Germany, Ireland, Japan, Luxembourg, New Zealand, Norway, and the Netherlands. The Netherlands. Oh God. I'm almost broken up over this. During a headline set in the BBC introducing tent. The BBC introducing tent at the Glastonbury Festival 2011. Sheeran announced that you need me, I don't need you would be released on the 26th of August as the second single from the album. The second single peaked at number 4 on the UK singles chart. Lego House was released as the third single, reaching the top 10 on the Australian, Irish, and New Zealand singles charts. The music video for Lego House features Rupert Grint. You can remember him. You remember him from the Harry Potter movies. Rupert Grint. Let's see. Remember him? Remember the guy from the Harry Potter movies? That's Rupert Alexander Lloyd Grint. He played the Ron Weasley character on the Harry Potter film series. As a play on their similar appearance, it's called Drunk. It's released on February 19th, 2012, became Sheeran's fourth consecutive top 10 single in UK, peaking at number 9. Sheeran released plus on the number on 12 of September of 2011. The album received generally favorable reviews from the music critics and debuted at number 1 on the UK albums chart for sales of 102,000 copies by the end of that year. The sales of the album in the UK stands by 791,000 at 791,000. Yeah, 791,000. It became the best-selling debut album, the second best-selling debut album, and it's the ninth biggest selling album there. The album has been certified platinum 6 times by the British phonographic industry, denoting the shipments of 1,800 thousand copies. As of March of 2012, the album has sold about 1,021 of 1,021,072 copies in the UK. The album also reached the top 5 in Australia, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, and the US. The song Moments on the debut album. Yeah, the song Moments on the debut album by boy band One Direction, released in November of 2011. It was co-written by Sheeran himself. At the 2012 Brit Awards in the 21st of February, Sheeran will be winning something like this. He could be at the Brit Awards, but he's going to be in the winning it, the Brit Awards for this best British male solo artist, which that he had to, and the British Breakthrough Act of the Year. Yeah, the British Breakthrough Act of the Year is where he already had to win. On January 10th, 2012, it was announced that Sheeran would support Snow Patrol. I never even heard of these people. Snow Patrol, a rock band that's been out ever since the 90s. These guys are like major players in the Northern Irish Scottish game. You know, on their U.S. tour, on the United States tour from late March until May, his song "Give Me Love" was featured in the episode "Dangerous Liaisons." Yeah, "Dangerous Liaisons." Oh yeah, "Dangerous Liaisons." Okay, of the Vampire Diaries. Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. The episode called "Dangerous Liaisons" of the Vampire Diaries at the Ivor Novello Awards in May 2012. May 2012, that Sheeran's A Team bested Adele's "Rolling in the Deep" and Florence and the Machine's "Shake It Out" for the best song musically and lyrically. Sheeran performed the A Team at the uh, the Diamond Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II concert. Rest in peace to Queen Elizabeth II. Uh, is held at the mall outside Buckingham Palace. That's what's named, the Buckingham Palace. I played I played as Evie girl trying to bust into Buckingham Palace and start beating down beef eaters, the guards. I'm all outside Buckingham Palace. Oh God. They're gonna have a concert at a mall outside Buckingham Palace. Who wants to be performing? Who wants to do a concert outside of Buckingham Palace? On the 4th of June 2012, and a cover of Pink Floyd's "I Wish You Were Here." At the closing ceremony of the 2012 Summer Olympics in London on the 12th of August of 2012, Taylor Swift had contacted Sheeran after hearing his music while he was touring Australia in March of 2012. He later co-wrote and provided vocals for the single that was featured on Swift's fourth studio album, Red. Everything has changed. Sheeran had also contributed two songs to One Direction's second studio album, Take Me Home. Released in November of 2012, the single Little Things became the group's second number one in the UK. Sheeran's his album peaked at number 5 on the Billboard 200, while the A Team reached number 16 on the US Billboard Hot 100. In late 2012 and early 2013, he headlined a US tour of 6,000 to 9,000 capacity venues. The A Team received a nomination for Song of the Year at the 2013 Grammy Awards. Elton John let's see, show you this. Sir Elton John, who runs who runs Sheeran's management company, canvassed the award organizers to get Sheeran a performance slot of the at the ceremony, but he was told that Sheeran alone was not high profile enough. John decided John decided to appear with Sheeran to circumvent this problem. This problem. Sheeran had also been doing this for a while. We've been doing this for years. Yeah, the Elton John decided to appear with Ed Sheeran to circumvent this problem. Yes, he did. Sheeran was also featured on some tracks from Irish singer Foy Vance's fourth album, The Joy of Nothing. From March to September 2013, Sheeran played at arenas at stadiums across North America as the opening act for Swift's The Red Tour. According to Sheeran, it was then the his biggest tour. Yeah, that's what it is. It was his biggest tour then, and he added a scarlet red tattoo to commemorate it. In October 2013, month after, Sheeran had headlined three sold-out shows at the New York's Madison Square Garden. At the concert, Sheeran debuted new songs such as Tenor Wife C, a future track on his second studio album. Sheeran released I See Fire. Yep. On the 5th of November 2013. The song is featured in the end credits on the film The Hobbit. The desolation of Smog. Yes, what it is. That's what it says, The Hobbit. The desolation of Smog. The film soundtrack. The film soundtrack on the deluxe version of his second album. Oh God. Why do a song from The Hobbit? The Hobbit. The desolation of Smog. Sheeran was nominated for the Best New Artist of the 2014 Grammy Awards on March 24th, 2014. Sheeran also performed at the Teenage Cancer Trust charity concert at the Royal Albert Hall in London, where he unveiled Take It Back, a track that would appear on the deluxe version of the second album. That's what's called the album number 2. I think it was called Sing. The lead single was released on April 7th, 2014. Sonically, the song is a departure from Sheeran's previous recordings. Sing was intended to create hype over the album release, but it was from the concern that this might alienate Sheeran's fan base. One is an acoustic ballad was released on May 16, 2014. May 16, 2014, that acoustic ballad called One, it was released. One is also marked to be the first of the several promotional singles that have been released leading to the album's release. By early June 2014, Sing had earned Sheeran his first number one single in the UK. his number one single in the UK. Sheeran's second studio album is pronounced Multiply, was released worldwide on the 23rd of June of 2014. It's spanning 3 years. Sheeran wrote more than 120 songs for the album. The album features tracks by and produced by producer Rick Rubin. Let's see, producer Frederick J. Rubin, Pharrell Williams, Pharrell Williams. Let me put the name. Pharrell Williams, you know, and Benny Blanco. Yeah, Benjamin Joseph Levin. Benny Blanco, as well as that of Gosling's, what do you call it? As well as that of Gosling's. Multiply peaked. Yeah, Multiply peaked at number one. Not number one. Let's see. Multiply is peaked at, yeah, that's what I wrote. That's what I'm reading. That's what I'm reading here. That's what I'm reading here. Multiply is peaked at number one. I had got it right. It's been peaking at number one in both the UK albums chart and the US Billboard 200. To support the album, Sheeran has been embarking on a world tour on the 6th of August of 2014 at Osaka, Japan. In Japan, Osaka is that town is Osaka. That is in Japan. On the 27th of September 2014, Sheeran was one of the headline acts at the Melbourne Cricket Ground prior to the 2014 AFL Grand Final, following Don't, Thinking Out Loud. It was released on the 24th of September of that year. As the album's third single, unlike his previous, was it? Let me rephrase it. Unlike his previous music videos, Sheeran had took the lead role in the single's accompaniment. That's the word, accompaniment, where he performed a ballroom dance. It became his second single to reach number one in the UK, and it also spent 8 weeks at number two on the US Billboard Hot 100 with only, oh God, a Mark Ronson Bruno Mars track, Uptown Funk. Uptown Funk. Keeping it from the top spot. From the top spot, that's where they're keeping it from. The top spot. Around 2014, he combined streams. The streams had been combined from Ed Sheeran's catalog that was in Spotify. It's reaching 860 million. This Spotify would name him. They would name him the most streamed artist, and Multiply the most streamed album. In the same year, the album made Sheeran iTunes best-selling artist in the UK, Ireland, and New Zealand. Multiply was nominated for Album of the Year. At the 57th Grammy Awards, Sheeran performed Thinking Out Loud alongside John Mayer, Amir Questlove Thompson, and Herbie Hancock. At the ceremony on the 25th of February, Sheeran won the British Male Solo Artist and British Album of the Year for Multiply at the 2015 Brit Awards. On the 21st of May, he received the Ivor Novello Award for singer-songwriter. Yeah, let me get it. For Songwriter of the Year on the 21st of June, Sheeran co-hosted the 2015 Much Music Video Awards in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where he performed the singles "Thinking Out Loud" and "Photograph." Yeah, "Photograph." He also won two awards: the Best International Artist and Most Buzzworthy International Artist or group, I think. On 27th of June, Sheeran performed as an opening act for the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones on their Zip Code tour date in Kansas City's in the Arrowhead Stadium building. That was in Kansas City. That was in KC. That was in Kansas City. On the 10th and the 12th of July 2015, Sheeran performed sold-out shows at the Wembley Stadium in London. The shows which were announced in late 2014, that were part of his world tour. The concert was documented and aired on the 16th of August of 2015 on NBC. It's on NBC. Yeah, it was on NBC. Yeah, National Broadcasting Company. The 1 hour special, the Ed Sheeran live at Wembley Stadium, had also included the behind the scenes footage. Yeah, they had the footage from behind the scenes. In late 2015, he released a DVD. It's called "Jumpers for Goalposts" at live at the Wembley Stadium. Live at the Wembley Stadium. The title is a nod to playing concerts at the place. Yeah, at the Wembley Stadium. It was the home of English football. In 2015, Sheeran wrote "Love Yourself" for Justin Bieber's fourth album. Sheeran had initially planned to put the song on his third album and added Ebb and added the track would have been scrapped before Bieber took the song in August of 2015. In August of 2015, he sang along with oh yeah, Macklemore. He will do something for the gays. I don't know. He might do something for the gays, especially the gay fans. I don't know, the lesbian fans. Uh, or the gay community. I don't know. He'll do something for them anyway. He sang along with Macklemore on the track "Growing Up." See, Macklemore. Let me tell you about Macklemore. Daylit, rapper Daylit. He started talking about Macklemore on his Vlad TV interview. Okay, on the Gay Hip Hop Agenda Exposed series. He started talking about Macklemore and he said that Macklemore had done some stuff for gay people. I'm just getting what he just said. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't don't get me so riled up, YouTube. Do not shoot the messenger. I'm just explaining what Daylit said on Vlad TV. That's all. On the 26th of September, Sheeran performed at the 2015 Global Citizen Festival in Central Park's, yeah, the Great Lawn the NY, in the NY, man, in New York. An event is organized by Coldplay's lead singer Chris Martin, who is the lead singer for Coldplay, that advocates an end to extreme global poverty extreme global poverty. Sheeran headlined the festival. He'd been headlining that festival, man, along with Beyonce Knowles Carter, Coldplay, and Pearl Jam. BBC in the UK on the 28th of September, Sheeran had co-hosted the 2015 MTV Europe Music Awards on the 25th of October in Milan, Italy. He won the awards. He won the awards for the best live act and best live stage. The latter in the recognition for his performance at the 2014 V Festival in England. Sheeran won the Breakthrough Award at the 2015 Billboard Touring Awards. His single "Multiply," for "Multiply," "Faking Out Loud," earned him 2 Grammy awards. He earned him 2 Grammys at the 2016 ceremony, Song of the Year, and the Best Pop Solo Performance. In May of 2016, "Multiply" was named the second best-selling album worldwide in 2015, behind 25 by Adele. This woman, I'll show you. Yeah, Adele. Yep, they got this is the latter of what you see here. 2016 to 2018, on the 13th of December 2016, after a long hiatus in social media break, Sheeran tweeted a picture and changed his Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to light a blue, implying the release of a new album. Each of Sheeran's previous albums were a single colored background with a solid symbol, like what's it, a solid mathematical symbol. On 2nd of January, he posted a 10-second video, on Twitter. Yeah, a 10-second video. He posted that on Twitter and other social media, showing what was the cover design of a forthcoming album of his. Is called Divide. That was pronounced, which was released on the 3rd of March of 2017. The album debuted at #1 in the UK, the US, Germany, Australia, Canada, and other major markets. With the first week of sales of 672,000, it is the fastest selling album by a male solo artist in the UK, and the 3rd fastest in the UK chart history, behind 25 by Adele. Yeah, by Adele. And Be Here Now by Oasis had the biggest first week of sales of 2017 in the US alone, until it was surpassed Taylor Swift's Reputation. On January 6th, Sheeran released 2 singles, Shape of You and Castle on the Hill. It's 2 singles. That was 2 singles there. The theme of the latter single, Sheeran's upbringing in his hometown in Framlingham, and Suffolk. That was in Suffolk. Framlingham. I never even heard that name, Framlingham. What the castle referring to? Framlingham Castle. Following the release of these singles, Sheeran co-hosted the BBC Radio One Breakfast Show. Yeah, let me rephrase again. The BBC Radio One Breakfast Show with Scott Mills. Where it was implied that he would possibly make an appearance at the Glastonbury Festival in 2017. It was also during this show that Sheeran used a Martin guitar. Yeah, a Martin guitar that featured the logo. I think it was called Oh yeah, that's what's oh that's what it's called of the logo of the album. Logo of his new album. Oh, let me see. Oh yeah, let me see. Oh yeah, Divide logo of his new album. Yeah, Divide is both on the head is both on the headstock and the body of the acoustic guitar. Both singles went on to break the Spotify day one streaming record. Yeah, the streaming record with a combined total of 13 million streams in 24 hours. On the 13th of January, Shape of You and Castle on the Hill entered the UK singles chart at number one and two. In the first time in history, an artist has taken the top two UK chart positions. The chart positions. They're the positions with the new songs. The same day, he also became the first artist to debut at number one and two on the German singles chart. On the 15th of January, the songs debuted at number one and two on the ARIA singles chart. The first time this has been achieved in the history of the Australian chart. On the 17th of January, Shape of You debuted at number one on the the US Billboard Hot 100, while Castle on the Hill entered at number six. This made Sheeran the first artist ever to have two songs simultaneously debuted in the US top 10. The team behind TLC's song is TLC. It's TLC. It was an American girl group that's been around since the 1990s. R.I.P. to Left Eye. The song No Scrubs, that came from the album Fan Mail. It came from Fan Mail. That's T-Boz, that's Chili, and this Left Eye. I'm working on Chili's birthday on the 27th. Don't worry, I got Yoko Ono's birthday coming up tomorrow. Uh, the team behind TLC's song "No Scrubs," that's from Fan Mail, were given writing credits on the Shape of You song, on a single song. It's a song "Shape of You." Let me rephrase. Shape of You. That's what it says. Shape of You. That's what it's meant. After fans and critics, they found similarities between elements of the two songs, like "Shape of You" and "No Scrubs." No Scrubs and Shape of You. Shape of You and No Scrubs. It's two different songs. On the 26th of January, Sheeran announced that the dates for the beginning of the Divide tour, Divide tour with the shows that was in Europe, Southern and North America. Yeah, Southern and Northern America, from the 17th of March until the 14th of June of 2017. On the 17th of February, Sheeran released a song, a single. Is called "How Would You Feel?" Yep, it leaves behind Paean, Payan or Payan, though not an official single. The song had been peaked at number two in the UK by the 11th of March of 2017. Sheeran had accumulated top 10 singles the 10 top singles, the 10 singles that he accumulated from the yeah, that's what came from. It came from the divided um on UK singles chart, breaking Scottish DJ Calvin Harris's record. The record he broke. The record he broke the record of Calvin Harris, the DJ who was already the DJ who was from Scotland, from like Scotland, Scottish DJ. He broke that guy's record too. Of the 9 top 10 singles from that one album, on the 25th of June, Sheeran headlined the final night of Glastonbury, performing in front of 135,000 people. 135,000 people at the 2017 MTV VMA. Yeah, he was at the VMA, on the MTV. Sheeran was named the artist of the year. The fourth single, "Perfect," reached #1 in UK and Australia. And the stripped down acoustic version of the song titled "The Perfect Duet." A collaboration with Beyonce, reached #1 in the US and the UK by themselves, becoming the year's UK Christmas #1 on the 7th of November. Yeah, November 7th. Taylor Swift revealed that Sheeran collaborated on the song Endgame. Endgame. Her studio album #6. It's called as from Reputation. The song, which also appeared Future, who's up and coming rapper, and he's like cousins with he guys like cousins with Rico Wade. Well, he was Rico Wade's cousin, so his cousin Rico Wade, his cousin Rico Wade was behind producing people like the Dungeon Family. He was a producer for the Dungeon Family. So his song, which also features rapper Future, the cousin of Rico Wade, was released on the 10th of November. On December 4th, Sheeran was named Spotify's most streamed artist of the 2017 with 6.3 billion streams. He has Spotify's biggest album of the year with the stream 3 point not multiply divided. It streamed 3.1 billion times, and the top song with the Shape of You, with 1.4 billion streams. On the 5th of December of 2017, hip hop artist Eminem, born Marshall Bruce Mathers III, announced that Sheeran had collaborated on the song River, his ninth studio album, Revival. Yeah, his ninth studio album, Revival. On working with Eminem, Sheeran stated, "He is one of the reasons I started writing songs, and was a pleasure to work with him." On December 2017, Sheeran appeared on BBC Radio 1's Live Lounge, performing his song Perfect, in a duet, the Pogues' festive classic, "The Fairy Tale of New York," with Anne Marie. On the 3rd of January 2018, "The Shape of You" was named the best-selling single of 2017 in the UK and the best-selling single of 2017 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the US. The same day, Divided was named the best-selling album of 2017 in the UK and in the US. As the best-selling artist worldwide for 2017, the the International Federation of the Phonographic Industry (IFPI) named him the Global Recording Artist of the Year at the Brit Awards in 2018, held at the O2 Arena in London on the 21st of February. Sheeran performed Supermarket Flowers and received the Global Success Award from Elton John and Rolling Stones guitarist Ronnie Wood. Sheeran played to over 950,000 people in Australia and New Zealand in March and April, making it the biggest concert tour in Australian was it Australasian music history, overtaking the previous record set by Dire Straits in the 1980s. Oh, that was 1986. That's about 37. That was like 37 years. That was like 37 years ago. That's an old thing that's been happening. It's an old it's an old it's an old English rock band that's been around since the late 70s. You know what I mean? It's been in the game since the 1970s. Uh, in April, the IFPI named the best-selling album worldwide of 2017 at the 2018 Billboard Music Awards. On the 20th of May, Sheeran performed Galway Girl from Phoenix Park in Dublin, Ireland, and picked up the 6 awards, including Top Artist and Top Hot 100 Artists. In 2018, Sheeran wrote songs for the boy bands like Trust Fund Baby, and Why Don't We, was released on the 1st of February 2018, and Summer on You by Pretty Much, another group that's coming from the West Coast, a Canadian pop and R&B boy band that came from the West Coast, was released on the 21st of June of 2018. 2019 and 2022, the number 6 collaborations project, and we go there. It's gonna be like over an hour when I do this. On the 10th of May of 2019, Sheeran released the single "I Don't Care," a duet with Justin Bieber from studio number 4. From studio album number 4, the number 6 collaborations project that was on Spotify. "I Don't Care" debuted with 10 9 with 10.977 million daily global streams, breaking the platform. And it's saying us with breaking the platform's single day streaming record. The song debuted at number 1 in the UK, Australia, and other markets, and number 2 in the US. On the 31st of May, Crosby featuring Chancellor Bennett, aka Chance the Rapper, and the late P&B Rock, debuted number 9 in the UK. Released on the 20th of June 2019. Beautiful People, uh, featuring Khalid, Donnell Robinson. Well, he's like the American singer and songwriter. Uh, Debuted at number 3 in the UK and number 4 in Australia. On the 5th of July, Sheeran released 2 songs, "Best Part of Me," featuring Yebba, and "Blow" with Bruno Mars and Chris Stapleton. On the 12th of July, the album debuted at number 1 In the UK, the US, Australia, and other markets, as of the 9th of August 2019, his four albums have spent a combined 41 weeks. Yeah, 41 weeks at number one in the UK. The most weeks at number one in the UK album charts in the 2010s. There's 5 weeks, 5 weeks more than Adele in the second on on um on August 26th. Sheeran wrapped up the 260 show Divide tour with the last of the four homecoming gigs that he did in Ipswich, in Ipswich, Suffolk. The tour included, for example, his performance for over 100,000 people at the Malmi Airport in Helsinki, Finland, on the 24th of July, on the 30th of August. The seventh single from the Take Me Back, from the album Take Me Back to London, is featuring Stormzy. It's featuring Stormzy, who had to be a rapper. Reached number one in the UK. 2019, he co-wrote country music singer Kenny Chesney's single "The Tip of My Tongue." In December of 2019, Sheeran was named Artist of the Decade by the official charts company, the OCC, for being the most successful performer in the UK. That's a successful performer that he became. Why would this man could be why he became be for being the most successful performer in the United Kingdom? But the album and singles charts that he had done, that was of the 2010s that he already done. There's 8 of the songs that he did on his own have featured in the official chart company's chart of the decade. With the 3 songs that was inside the top 5, "Shape of You" was named number one globally. Spotify Spotify had named him the second most streamed artist of the decade behind Aubrey Graham, aka Drake. Let's see. We'll go to Aubrey Graham. Yep, Aubrey Graham, aka Drake. On the 21st of December, 2020, after being on hiatus after having his first child with Cherry Seaborn. Oh, oh man, he's in love now. Ed has a girlfriend now. Good job. Congratulations to Ed. He has a girlfriend. Now he has a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend who had a child with. On August of that year, in August, I feel it was way in 2021. I think it was from like 2020 or 2021. I don't know. But he released that surprise single, Afterglow. Afterglow that he released in June 25th of 2021. Sheeran had released the lead single from the upcoming album. Oh, that's number 5. It's called Bad Habits. That's his 10th UK single. That's the number one single that he had in UK. Uh, the song has spent 11 consecutive weeks at the top of the UK singles chart, and the Irish singles chart, topped the charts in Australia, Canada, and Germany, among others. Oh boy. Oh yeah. I don't mean to hold this up. Ugh. Oh man. And peaked at number two on the Billboard Hot 100 in the US. His 11th week at number one in the UK saw him become the first British solo artist to notch up 52 weeks. 52 weeks, okay? At number one across his catalog, with only the late Elvis Presley. The late Elvis Presley. There's 80 weeks, and the Beatles had 69 weeks, achieving more weeks at the summit on the August 19th. Sheeran had announced that his fifth studio album would be called, oh yeah, Equals. It's called Equals. That's what's pronounced. That was pronounced anyway. And it's released on October 29th of 2021 with a total of 14 of them, of the songs that he did for the album. The cover was painted by him during the first COVID-19 lockdown. And it's based on the changes, yeah, the coronavirus disease 2019 lockdown. Yeah. And it's based on the changes his life had during the last 4 years, including marriage, having a child, and losing friends. The promotional single "Visiting Hours" was released alongside the announcement on the 9th of September. On the 9th of September, he was a part of the 2021 kickoff experience ahead of the American NFL season opening game. Released on the 10th of September, Shivers dethroned Bad Habits at the top of the UK and Irish singles charts, topping the charts in the most major markets. Equals became his fifth UK number one album and fourth US number one. On late 2021, Sheeran and Elton John released Merry Christmas, a duet single for a charity inspired by a scene from a 20-year-old movie, a 20-year-old romantic comedy film. It's called Love Actually. Let's show you. Love Actually. That's a film that's been out for years. The film's been out for like since what, 2003? Well, Emma Thompson and Colin Firth is already in it. So Laura Linney is in it. Everybody is in it in the movie. So the song's music video, has seized the duo paying homage to scenes from the past British Christmas hits, including Last Christmas, Walking in the Air, Merry Christmas Everyone, and Stay Another Day. All UK profits from the song went to the Ed Sheeran Suffolk Music Foundation and the Elton John AIDS Foundation. Yeah, AIDS, that's the word. The Elton John AIDS Foundation. Debuted at number one in the singles chart, UK singles chart. On the 10th of December, it was Sheeran's 12th chart topper. On the 23rd of December, Sheeran featured on the remix of the Fireboy DML's song called Peru. The 11th of February of last year, February 11th of last year, Sheeran released a duet version of The Joker and the Queen, featuring Taylor Swift. On the 4th of March, he featured in Bam Bam. collaborating for the second time with Camila Cabello. Later that month, he collaborated with Colombian singer J Balvin, and in the single Sieg and Forever My Love, Sheeran commends his, equal is equal, multiply, and is equal, divided, multiply tour, the mathematics tour that he had done. That's involved of equals, multiply. I feel it's equals, divided, multiply. Oh, it's a mathematics. It's a mathematics tour. That's plus in that too. This is just a bunch of shit. He did a mathematics tour. Why you do that tour with all the symbols there? The 21st of March of last year, he played a warm up shows. He played those warm up shows that was at the Electric Ballroom. That was in Camden Town, London, England. It's in Camden Town, London, England, before the main tour began with two concerts. That was in Dublin, Ireland's Croke Park. On the 22nd of April of last year, Sheeran released the fifth single from Two Step. Well, it's equals Two Step, featuring Lil Baby. Before releasing a version of the song featuring Ukrainian pop rock band Etilia. Last year, he also, I mean, also saw, let's see here, 2022 also saw Sheeran venture into heavier styles of music, releasing a new version of Bad Habits with the pop metal group Bring Me the Horizon. Yeah, Bring Me the Horizon in February. Later that year, it was reported that he was in contact with Suffolk extreme metal group Cradle of Filth over a possible project with Danny Field, the front man for Cradle of Filth. Danny Field is the front man for Cradle of Filth. Confirming progress on the collaboration in August. On 29th September, Sheeran released the single Celestial. Celestial, that was a collaboration with Pokemon, a Japanese media franchise. And this year, all the way from late last year, Shivers became the 11th song that Sheeran's gonna have to reach 1 billion streams on Spotify, celebrated via an Instagram post by saying that he was currently filming a music video for his next album, which is set to be released in this year. It's set to be released this year. Sheeran was spotted at a beach in coastal Suffolk town. It's called Lowesoft. His musical influences, oh boy. His musical style has been described pop, folk pop, soft rock. Sheeran also incorporates rap into his music. Sheeran's earliest memories include listening to the records of Joni Mitchell, Bob Dylan, and Elton John's greatest hits. According to Sheeran, the album that introduced him to music was Van Morrison's Irish Deadbeat. Not Irish Deadbeat, Irish Heartbeat. I forgot the name. Irish Heartbeat. During his childhood, his dad took him to live concerts that would inspire his musical creations. These including seeing Eric Clapton at the Royal Albert Hall, Paul McCartney in Birmingham, Bob Dylan. On the influence of Clapton, Sheeran states that he's the reason I started playing the guitar. He singled out Clapton's performance at the party at the Palace in the grounds of Buckingham Palace. I was 11 when I saw Eric Clapton play at the Queen's Golden Jubilee concert in June 2002. I remember him walking on the stage with this rainbow-colored Stratocoaster. That's the name, Stratocoaster. Okay, the rainbow-colored Stratocoaster, and playing the first riff of Layla. I was hooked. I was hooked. I was so hooked. 2 days later, I bought a black Stratocaster copy of, what is it, 30 pounds, 30 pounds, that came with an amp. All I did, well, it's 30, that's why 30 pounds a quid. That came with an amp. All I did for the next month was try to play that Layla riff. Boy, it sucks now. In a complicated world, Sheeran's musical modus operandi is straightforward to well-crafted, expertly baked songs that unite people. His songs are vessels broad enough to soundtrack both a first dance and a funeral procession, a gut punch breakup, and a troll around a harshly lit shopping center. They're for life's big moments. With all the cinematic edge of a Richard Curtis film, he's also malleable. When he's done with hip hop, for example, he doesn't need an image to overhaul to revert balladry. If one genre isn't to your taste, then fear not, another will be along soon. That came from Michael Craig. Sheeran has also cited the Beatles, Nizla P, and Eminem as his biggest musical influences. He is also a fan of heavier music and cites bands as Cradlefield, Slipknot, Korn, Marilyn Manson, and Bring Me the Horizon as other influences as a teen. He also had Kerrang. He also had Kerrang subscription. According to Sheeran, he had a stutter in his speech. He stuttered in his speech when he was younger. When he credited rapping along to the Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP for helping him stammer less. He was also inspired by Cannonball singer-songwriter Damian Rice in 2002, where Sheeran stated, seeing him play this small club in Ireland, I was able to meet him, and he was unbelievably cool. Unbelievably cool. I went straight home and started writing songs. I started writing those songs right away. I would not be doing what I'm doing now if he'd been a jerk. He also played the guitar. He also played the guitar to Westlife's Greatest Hits album. Yeah, the album. Westlife's Greatest Hits. He was 10. When he was 10, cited them as one of his influences. Sheeran collaborated with Eric Clapton in 2016 of April 2016, where Sheeran stated to People that the People mag, he said that he sang on Eric Clapton's album, I Do. Eric Clapton's album, I Do. I still do. It's one thing having him on mine, but being on his, that's an honor that you can't ever pinpoint on how great that is. I did something for his record, and I was credited as Angelo Misterioso, appearing as a guest on Clapton's I Will Be There, in addition to performing a song with Clapton on stage. And he did something for my record, performing a guitar solo on Dive on Sheeran's album. Oh, it had to be divided, and was credited as Angelo Misterioso. Sheeran also cited Taylor Swift's one of as one of his influences. He also cited her as one of his influences, suggesting in 2015 the respective success drives each other on. I will do a part two of it. Let's start with other ventures. Okay, got more stuff. I'm gonna do part two of it. I'm gonna do part two of his birthday. Uh, it'll start with other ventures, you know, in impact and accolades in personal life. Okay, let me see. About to go start. I'm about to go do part two of it, man. See you on part two. See you on part two. I'm about to. It's gonna be to be continued. It's gonna be like to be continued, folks. It'll be to be continued.